Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name's TJ. I'm with Three Crows Conjure, and just wanted to come talk to you guys about a topic that's pretty significant here in the Hoodoo community. Just wanted to welcome you back. I know it's been a little bit of a long time since we've actually put out a little bit of content, but we're actually going to be starting a series, and a better way to get our series started than to talk about jars. And these are the jars that we use. We're going to talk today about a sweetening jar to actually bring you the love of your life. If you don't have someone that you are wanting right now, that's okay. This is a video that is to bring to you someone that is significant, that will be a love for you. And we have other sweetening jars that we'll talk about later on, but this one specifically, we're talking about drawing a lover to you. So before we get started, I wanted to tell y'all thank you for watching this video. And if you could, please subscribe if you haven't, and like or share this video with your friends, because we want to be able to share videos and do not just videos, but actually be able to do lives. And so we need to get to over 1,000 people for YouTube standards now in order to do that. So we need your help if you could help us out. So anyways, now we got that out of the way, let's talk about what our main topic tonight is about. We're going to talk about sweetening jars. Now notice I didn't say honey jars. So a lot of people will say honey jars. That's something that I wanted to tell you guys about, something that one of my near and dear close mentors has taught me. Honey is actually something that solidifies. I got something I wanted to show you before we get started, and this is why I was taught not to use honey when doing a honey jar. The big thing is I want to show you, this is actually honey. This is one of our little honeys. This is actually a spiced honey that I love. But you guys can see, I'll turn this upside down. Some of the honey flows, but look at the rest of that. It's nice and solid. It's crystallized. It hardens. And the big thing about that is that's not good, because that actually stops your work that you're doing when you're actually having it in the jar. So when you're shaking and you're doing the work, when you're doing the jar, when you're working it, the problem is that when you use honey, it'll crystallize like that, and it stops what you're actually doing. So that's a big issue that we have, and that's one thing we were taught not to use. So you say, well, what the hell do you use if that's not the case? Well, there's other things that you can use. Some people like to use corn syrup. Corn syrup is very inexpensive. It's something that you can use. You can use it different colors based on the actual person you're doing the work for. So if you're white, you can use white corn syrup. If you're black, you can use molasses. If you're tan, Hispanic, or Indian, you can use just a light dark corn syrup there. So something to think about. I'm actually going to use my personal favorite here. This is 100%, because corn syrup is actually not always 100% pure. This is called pure cane syrup by Steen's. A lot of times you can find this down south pretty easily. If you're up north, you'll have a hard time. I'd recommend purchasing it off of Amazon if you need to, if you're up north. And that's what I like to use. It's darker. To me, it's one of those things where it's actually from cane, sugar cane, and it's pure, it's sweet, and that's what you use it for. And it's just boiled down. It's thick, so I like to also add into there a little bit of whiskey here. You can see this is bourbon. This is good old Evan Williams, and they've never done us wrong. So we will use it for that. So the first thing I'd recommend to you to do before we talk further is you're going to want to make a petition. I'm not going to show you this petition, but I do have one right here, as you can see. And what you're going to do is write the name, you, of the person, or whoever is actually the one that's actually wanting to attract the person that you're having. So that name, you'll want to write that down. I like to write 5 times down the full name. So like if this was me doing it, I would put TJ and then my last name and write that 5 times down the piece of paper. And then I will turn it clockwise, and I will actually write across that what my petition is. So if I'm wanting to bring to me a new lover, or bring to me a romantic relationship with, and you'll just write that. Because what you're going to do that is you're going to write that down 5 times. And then afterwards, you'll turn it again. So your name, if you're the person that you're doing the petition for, your name's actually going to be upside down at that point. Now, what we're doing is we're actually making that actually across your name. So What we're doing now is we're putting, if it's a specific person that we know we want to bring, so say like example, if I wanted to bring Jane Doe, I'm going to write on my name that's upside down across my name, Jane Doe 5 times. So what we have is we have turned it 3 times. So we have our name, we have what we're trying to accomplish, and we have the person that we're wanting to accomplish it with. Now, if you don't have a specific person and you just want to put a perfect lover, the perfect lover, the romantic love of my life, or just the love of my life, that's okay. You don't have to be detail specific on a specific person. You can ask the universe and the spirits to bring you that what you want, which is the perfect lover. Okay. So now that we have the petition out of the way, there's 3 oils that we recommend from Three Crows Conjure that we are going to use. The first I'll tell you that we actually placed on there is our Come To Me. This is a big jar of it, but it's a Come To Me oil that we have, okay? It smells great. It's actually perfect for bringing and attracting that person to you that you're wanting to have. So, also we have our new lover oil. So, since this is a new love interest we're wanting to bring for this specific case, we're using the new lover oil. If you wanted to do a reconciliation with that, you could do that as well. If you wanted to actually put on there something like Adam and Eve, Anna and Eve, hell, Adam and Steve, you could use any of those too, guys. So, just have fun with this. Enjoy. Now, the other thing that we're wanting to do is to actually have them communicate with us. So we're using communication oil as well. This oil is great for having communication to open up. So there's things in there like deer's tongue, sugar, and all these sweeteners that are there to actually help to bring that sweet, loving communication into this. So that type of stuff is on there. So we've dressed this petition. We're placing it in the actual jar here, as you can see. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually blow on this to actually give it a little bit of life. So that way we know this is what we're wanting to do. You could pray over this, things like Psalms 23. You could do Song of Solomon. That is great for love work if you guys want to use that. And you can just do the first one straight out the gate. Song of Solomon's 1:1 is a badass prayer to use to actually use for doing love work. So we can do that. I like to breathe some life into this. So I'll just go in here with the jar and just... So you saw there, I was actually blowing that in there, giving the life. I've actually prayed over this petition. I've actually done things that I haven't done on this video. So I'm just letting you know, do things like that. If you want to present it to spirits, feel free to do that. Hell, if you want to give it to the guardians of the crossroads, if you want to give it to the guardians of the 4 corners, boom, 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 done. You can just say that. I present this to you guys. I present this to you guys. Present this to you guys. Present this to you guys. Now you have all the 4 guardians there for you. So just know that you are doing this to do what feels the most comfortable to you, and that you don't step outside your comfort zone. So I don't know. I don't feel like doing that. I don't like the Bible. Who gives a fuck? You don't have to use the Bible if you don't want to. Do what feels right to you when you're doing this. That's the thing. You're actually doing this so you feel it's going to work to make it work. Okay? So now what are we going to do? Well, we've got some goodies. We've got some herbs that we like to do. Okay? So, what kind of herbs? Well, this is for attracting a specific person. This is for attracting a male. We want a male to come into this. So what are we going to use? We're going to use orris root. Why orris root? Well, it's Queen Elizabeth root. Queen Elizabeth is a badass herb for actually getting a man. So what we're going to do is just take us a pinch of the chopped up Queen Elizabeth. If you want to use a whole Queen Elizabeth root in here, by God, do it. Go right ahead. She will help you out. This is a very, very powerful herb for actually attracting males. So just remember that. And even works for guys too. If you're a guy and you want to attract another guy, this is your herb, bud. Okay? So, I like to talk to it. I ask the spirit of this herb to actually open and help to attract the man that this person is wanting to have. I ask you to do the work, and I breathe life into you. Remember what your job is. And guess what? We're going to put that in and sprinkle it over that petition to make sure that we have that in place. All right. Herb number one out of the way. I like to take my time, work with the herbs. For this video, I'm just telling you, we're doing kind of like the food switcheroo, where we're just kind of going through and doing things and just doing it quickly. If it was me, I would be presenting it to the four corners, just so you know, and doing all that. But what I'm doing is I'm just speaking to the herb, I'm breathing life to it, remember what its job is, and putting it in. Right here, this herb that I have here in my hand, this is just a pinch. This is called lavage, lovage, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it lavage because I think it's a sexy herb. It smells good. It has a nice roasted herb smell to it. Really, really good. I love the potency of this herb. It's really fantastic for using in love work as well. Hence the name Lovage. So, here we go. Remember, lavage, you are here to help bring and attract the lover for this person or their petition. Your job is to help them. Give you life, and I ask you to bring it. All right. Sweet smelling herb. Love this. And guys, any of these herbs that I'm showing you on here, we actually sell in our store as well. So if you guys have any questions about them, don't hesitate. Feel free to ask. If they're not on there, we will make sure to show you they're on there. And as you can see, we have plenty of each. So this is an amazing love herb too. This one's called elecampane. If you guys haven't had this and experienced this one is beautiful for bringing a new love into your life, especially a lover that is attracted to you. Very nice, toasted, perfect. I love elecampane. So it's a good chunky herb. As you can see, all these that we've worked with are very chunky. We're starting with the roots and we're going to work our way up. I like to do that in that basis where you start roots and then you're drawing it up till we get to the leaves. So we'll end with jasmine and probably rose petals. So we'll start in here. So here's the elecampane. I breathe life into you, elecampane. I ask you to actually bring love to this person. So you bring them the one that is called for on this as petition. Remember your job. Breathe it in and we put it in on that petition. So we got a nice good base here. Wish you guys could feel the energy that's coming off here now. It's starting to build up. Like I said, I'm very particular on how I do magic. So I like to start from the root, go up to the tip when I'm putting it out there, what I'm wanting to attract down to me. So I'm starting up there, going to work it up. Okay? So now that we got the roots out of place, let's start with something to bring in some sexy time here. This is a very sexy herb. This is unfortunately one that some places you can't bring it in. Louisiana's the only state I've ever known that you cannot order Damiana and have it shipped directly to you. A lot of people that were doing that with it, and I guess they were getting high. I have never experienced that. I've never done that, so I don't know shit about that. All I can tell you is this is, if you want to get laid, this is your herb. Damiana is awesome. Awesome, awesome herb. It's very fine. You can see it's got a little grass to it, texture, but you just put that in. We're wanting not just a romantic relationship, we're wanting some booty with this relationship. So what do? We're going to put this in there. All right. So now that we've worked through so far, guys, I want you to know that right now we are building up the energy of this actual jar. And we just put in herbs so far and the petition that is dressed with oils. So as you're doing this, remember, magic is not just a thing that's kind of like slop it all in, throw it together and do that. You're building layers of power upon each other. So that's why I tell you, if you want to do like me, I like to start with the way that a plant grows. So its energy starts from the roots and then goes up through the stalk, up to the leaves, out to the flowers, and even out to the fruit if you want to use fruit in there too. But that's what I do. This is up to you guys. Totally up to you. If you want to do it the other way, hell, feel free. You know, some people like, well, I'm going to draw it in. I'm going to start at the flowers and work it in and bring it down to me. That's totally fine. That's up to you. Either way, I feel will work just fine. Just remember, it's better than just dash this, dash that, dash that. It's more like baking. It's more with that. You're putting in layers of certain things a certain way. You don't just put them all together, say, there it is. This is why we do this specifically in this order. So now that we're working up, we're actually getting to the flower portion. I'm going to do jasmine. Jasmine is a very, very fragrant, powerful herb. I love the flowers of jasmine. I think they're beautiful. Some people use them for love. Some people use them for different things. I love this for a relationship because this is helping you to have that strong emotional connection with that person. So remember that when you are using love work, this is what you can do to actually build that emotional connection with them as well. So there we go. In goes the jasmine. Beautiful, very fragrant, expensive essential oil. I use that in a lot of things too, for emotional healing too. Now, speaking of other fragrance, we got lavender. Lavender buds are beautiful love herbs. Put those in there. All right. And last but not least, everyone's favorite love herb. We're actually going to put the rose buds in there, but we have pink rose buds. As you can see, they're beautiful. I love these guys. They're so awesome. And they're really good for love. All right. Now that we have that, one thing you can do is shake it all around, stir it up, put some energy into it. Imagine that love is coming to you, and imagine all of the energy swirling around inside this jar. This is building up its energy itself, and that they're all melded together. Oh, if you could only feel how powerful this thing is so far right now. So, now that we have that in there, what I like to do is this. I like to actually put a little bit of the actual sweetener in there. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of this syrup, this cane syrup, and you will see it is nice and brown, just like that. Okay, and what I will do is I'll pour some in there. Sweeten up love, bring to us all that is good. Make sure that this love is sweet as the syrup. See that? Now that we have that in there, we're letting that to get in there and meld and mix and sweeten up and do its thing. So that's happening there. So one thing I want to do too, I want to add a little extra oomph with a little bit of the oil mixture. So in goes a little comfrey oil. In goes a little of the new lover oil. And of course we want awesome and excellent communication. So in goes some communication oil. Now, we want this to mix together, so we're just swirl it around a little. Now, to speed this bad boy up, I have here, this is just ground espresso. As you can see, there's nothing fancy about it. Just a little pinch of espresso to bring a little bit of speed and kick and energy to this. Now, if you don't want to use ground espresso, totally fine. Cinnamon sticks is excellent to use for that. It's a nice hot thing to use. If you wanted to add some ground ginger to that, you can do that instead. And then you just want to bring it quickly. I like espresso because it's quick. It's called espresso. So to me, it's quick, it's lightning, it's fast. It'll help and do that. So now we're going to do this. We're going to top off. We're going to put in their whiskey to make it nice and flow. Sweet bourbon, baby. So there you go. Now, this is kind of up to you. I like to give a little room to play. So I will put that in there like that. If you wanted to put less, if you want to put more, you can. A lot of people like to add more. I like to have room to shake it up. So I have it about like that. I'll have it about 3/4 of the way. So, if you want to add more, you can. At this point, what I would do, before I seal that off, I will actually blow in here and tell the spirits of this, please bring the love of this life, the person that is on this petition, that is meant to be here for this, for the new love, for the love, the perfect love. Encourage them to do this and to love them. and to always be there with them and bring it to them fast and in a hurry, as espresso as it is. Amen. So, at that point, if you want to do the Song of Solomon's again, you can do that. If you want to pray that Psalms 23 over there, you can do that. If you want to put your own prayer in there, please feel free. Do that. If you have something that's an incantation you want to make and you want it to be on there, fucking do it. Now, here's the key to this. Now we're ready to shake this up. So you can stir it as you like. If you're going to stir it to you. If you're going to stir it that way. I like this. I'm all about sympathy. So I'm shaking this bitch to me. I want the love to come to me. Bring me my lover. Want this love to me. This is my love. I encourage you, spirits, to please bring this lover to me that I ask you, and do this. Now, you see what I'm doing? I'm shaking it to me. Bringing it to me. Not going like that. If this was a different type of jar, souring jar, you would do that. But we're not doing that. We're bringing it to us. We bring it to us. Bring it to us. Bring it to us. Okay? Got the point. Now, what do we do now that we have this jar? Okay? Several different things. One thing that I recommend doing, take a candle, and putting it on top of here. You can do, if you want to do a figure candle, since we're attracting a male, you want to put that bad boy up there, guess what? More power to you. You have this. You want to dress him with Come To Me oil, you can do that. Bring it to you that way, or if you want to send it out, you can do that. I would encourage you bring it down if you're going to do the Come To Me. Do that. If you want to do just a regular pink candle, fucking A, perfect thing to do. And guess what? When these candles burn, these are just Coach candles. You burn these on top of there, you put that on there with a special oil like Come To Me or even a New Lover oil, this will be on there. Shake the jar up first before you do it, and then light the candle after you dressed it. Feel free to do it that way. Let it burn down. Do it as often as you want. The main thing with this, guys, is consistency. The big thing you want to do is keep working the jar until you've actually achieved what it is you want to accomplish, okay? So that's the big thing. Now, as far as candle colors, I know I showed you a couple. What I would recommend for you for this is to actually use red or pink. Those are the two I would do for doing this. Now, if you also want to use yellow to actually have success in it, totally fine. That's actually another thing. So keep that in mind. The big two I would use, red or pink. Those are the ones I would go with. Now, if you want to do a figure candle to help draw it in, that's fine. If you want to do chime candles to help with that, hell, get you some chime candles. We sell them. They're cheap. They're $1 each. If you want the Apps of the Goddess to do that, to bring it in, we've got little goddess candles that are $1.50 each that you can bring in. We can make them pink. We can make them red, whichever way you want to go. So keep in mind, this is not meant to be something that is hard to do, guys. Simple, easy, quick, and it's something that's going to be effective. I will work this until it is accomplished. That's what I would tell you. Some people ask, well, how long does it take? Well, it takes until you actually get who you want, right? Pretty simple. Something simple and easy you guys can do. So that's it for me for here. I will let you guys know if you feel like that this is something that you can't do right now, that this is something that's you just don't have the space to do, or you don't feel like you have the input or energy to actually put into it. We do offer a service for this to draw love to you. So if you're interested, definitely send Amanda or I a message, and we will definitely talk to you guys about it. We'll help you out. We got the altar, and we work it for a month. So something cool that we do for you. And then there's an opportunity if you want later on, like once the month is up, we feel like you guys have the opportunity to actually work it some more. We do that too. We have an option to renew it for a cheaper price. So, well, thanks, guys. If you got any questions, please don't hesitate. Please message us down there in the comments. We love to hear your feedback on it. I'll actually post the links to the products that I've discussed here today too, so that way you guys have that. And let us know. We'd like to hear some feedback from you guys of what videos you'd like to see. If there's something that you haven't heard about, or you want to find something out, if something's not going the right way and you just want to know more, please let us know. We'd love to help you guys out and know more. So, like I said, my name's TJ. I'm with Three Crows Conjure, and if you guys like, share, and subscribe, we'd love to do that. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.